What is it that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I left Islam and I felt more at peace with going back to my Christian roots again, and I don't know exactly what your thoughts are regarding Christianity, why you feel it's false, and why you feel Islam is the best religion to follow.
What is Islam?
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, what is Islam? What is that?
Like, are you asking me a question rhetorically or like directly, or is it just kind of like a clowning type of question?
Yeah, I'm asking you a direct question. What is Islam?
But according to whose perspective? Just mine directly?
Yeah, you tell me, what is Islam?
I mean, it's a monotheistic religion.
If you're talking about Islam, can you tell me what is Islam? Like, what is the definition of it? Because you said you accepted Islam, right? And then you
so I'm kind of curious. So I'm curious, real quick. That's kind of the demeanor. That's the demeanor I'm talking about there, boss. Like, if you have to correct somebody, directly or indirectly on how to pronounce it. I mean, if you go to like some random Caucasian individual and he says Islam or Islam, I mean, if you correct him, what's the purpose behind that? If I'm just saying Islam, what's wrong with that?
It's like I say Christianity. You're gonna tell me, no, it's actually Christianity, my friend. It's not Christianity. So
actually, I wouldn't even correct you on it. I actually would not correct you on it. If that's how you pronounce it, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, you might not do it, but like everybody else, I would say the overwhelming majority of people would do. You'll be like, okay, that's not the correct pronunciation. It's not about pronunciation because you can pronounce the letter S perfectly fine. It's not like you don't have a letter in your language. I'm not telling you to say something is not in your language. So if I'm able to say a word, but I'm saying it incorrectly, you are going to correct me because I can say it correctly. So I think the least amount of respect that someone can show to a religion is to actually pronounce the name correctly, at least. I mean, I don't mock Christianity and say it's something other than Christianity, even though I can say the word. I can also pretend and just like some people call you guys Paulines or followers of Paul. I can do this easily. But no, I call you guys Christians and say Christianity.
But what is the point of that? What is the point? What is the point of bashing on somebody or clowning on somebody?
The point is the people who use that term are the ones who clown Islam by saying Islam on purpose. And I've seen
I'm not here for that.
Say that. Yeah, who knows? So if you're not here for that, then why are you getting offended when I'm telling you it's Islam, not Islam?
Because what was the whole point of that? If we're just having a civil discussion, that's like if the next thing I was to bring up, if I was to say Quran, if I was to say Quran, you're going to correct me on that? If I say Quran, are you going to say Quran?
If you're here to argue, I'm going to remove you. If you really started, you can't even say Islam or Islam, and we're arguing about saying Islam and Islam, then we're not going to have a discussion. It's so simple. So if
you're going to control me like a puppet on how I pronounce the word.
Control you like a puppet? No, it's for you to speak and say the word of my religion correctly or don't mention it. You said you left Islam. I told you I don't follow Islam. I follow Islam. So let's get into the discussion.
I mean, if you guys actually followed it correctly, I mean, you guys wouldn't be bashing on reverts and treating them like crap, to be honest with you. Because that's the majority of what my experience was, man. If you have like this Middle Eastern complexion of narcissism, which I came across quite a bit, I'm not saying you do directly, but a lot of people that I came across in the masjid that I was attending had that, narcissistic complex notoriety towards people that weren't of Middle Eastern descent. How are you going to treat reverts, people of all backgrounds, whether they're Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, like myself, wanting to participate and accept a religion and seeking guidance, but you're going to put them down constantly because of their race?
I think that's why you don't want to have. I think that's why you don't want to have your camera on, because it's not about you being working or whatever. It's about you want to speak.
You didn't even hear anything I just said, brother. You didn't even hear anything I just said.
I heard every word you said. You said, "Oh, you guys put down reverse." I'm not saying you do it, but you have the Arab conflict. Look, my friend, unlike you, I'm not just thinking of the next thing to say. I can listen to you very clearly, and I hear every word you say. But you're coming with this demeanor. That's why I said you don't want to show your face. That's why I keep this criteria for people who want to join to actually show their face. Now, I'm going to give you a chance. You said, I'm not saying this about you. Other people are doing this. You see me, I don't get offended, you see? Unlike you, when I'm correcting you on something which you should be corrected because you're wrong, you're pronouncing it wrongly, while you can pronounce it correctly, and you got offended. I'm not getting offended while saying, oh, there's people who mistreat you. Look, it's all claims. I don't care. I'm here to represent myself, okay? So now, let's have actual discussion. I'm going to give you a chance. Let's have an actual discussion, okay? Now I'm going to ask you the question again. What is this Islam that you left? What is Islam?
I mean, where do you want to begin aside from me telling you that it's a monotheistic religion?
There's many monotheistic religions. What you accepted it, so you're supposed to know what it is, right? So what is the definition of Islam? What does it mean to be a Muslim and what to follow?
Yeah, it's submission to God.
That's it. That's what Islam is, submission to God.
That's what I got told and taught.
Then you didn't follow Islam. Is that the only thing you know of Islam?
That's why I'm asking you, where do you want to begin and continue? I gave you an answer of a monotheistic religion.
No,
I gave you the definition.
Yeah,
I gave you the definition of submitting to God. Where do you want to go after that?
Yes,
you guys follow the prophets,
what
right?
Have you learned? No. What have you learned? Yeah, of course. Everybody, even a 5-year-old knows this when they learn it in school, right? The Muslims believe in one God and they follow a prophet Muhammad. I'm asking you. You said you accepted Islam. So what were you taught? Tell me about that, which you learned. You're supposed to have accepted the religion. If I accepted Christianity, I'm going to start telling you about the whole religion. So you've been taught certain things. You went to the mosque. They taught you certain things. I'm not going to even mention the names to you. But you say you accepted Islam and you left it. So go ahead and tell me, what is it that you learned?
That Muhammad was the last true prophet. And that the Quran is an infallible, not corrupted book. Just pretty much how to pray.
Okay, you learned how to pray. So how many sajda do we do in ruku'?
Oh, I see what you're doing. So you were just trying to bait me, thinking that I don't know any of this and that I'm just pulling out of like some random carpet. That's why you wanted to ask me these questions when I'm giving you sincere answers.
No, yeah, you know how to pray, so you're going to tell me now. How many sujood is in ruku'?
So you're going to control me like a puppet again. First, we did it with the word Islam, and then now you're going to do this whole, like, how many rakats are in Fajr.
Because you don't know.
See, like, what's the whole point of that? What is the whole point of that?
How many ruku's in sujood, Mr. Ex-Muslim? How many ruku's in sujood?
I see what you're doing, boss. Yeah, I could tell, like, if you have that Middle Eastern narcissistic
what I'm doing is I'm asking you a question. That's what I'm doing.
No, I know what you're doing. I mean, you could keep a straight face all you want, man. I see what you're doing. You're just trying to play games and do bait questions. That's all you're doing. That's exactly why I left the religion, because of people like you, man. You guys are like little tricksters, bro.
Yeah,
if we're not from the Middle East, you guys like to play these little trickster kind of games.
Is the religion of a lie. So can you tell me, because you prayed, how many, like a 5-year-old will answer this question. How many ruku's?
What does that have to do with anything? Why do you keep bringing that up? So you're going to tell me every single revert. You're going to tell me every single revert knows the very basics, because I can tell you that's wrong.
Yeah, if you learn
There's another Hispanic brother that was like myself. He was a Muslim for 4 years, and he didn't even know anything.
All right, so I don't want to mute you. I'm going to say it's a very simple question. You said you learned how to pray. I didn't say. I asked you what you learned. You said I learned how to pray. If you learned how to pray, you would know how many ruku's and sujood. So don't go and speak about other people. You said you learned how to pray. If you learned how to pray, so tell me, how many ruku' is in sujood, Mr. Ex-Muslim?
What do you mean, like, by ruku'? Like, how many times is it considered like one prayer? It's 2.
How many ruku' is in... You don't know the answer. You don't know how many ruku' is in sujood.
Not the question that you're asking, no. Unless I'm thinking about something else, then no.
So tell me,
dude, I'm actually not. I'm literally just chilling in the car. Okay. I literally gave you an honest answer, too. But, like, if you're just going to be bullshitting and being rude about it, I'm literally giving you a straight answer.
Look here, I'm muting you. Look, I'm going to ask you very simply. How many ruku' is in sujood? If you said it's 2, not 4, how many ruku'? Oh, if you already researched something, what's the point of showing me your hands now? I'm asking you the question. Oh, keep it on. Why not keep it on? Keep it on. Let's see your ceiling. Keep your camera on.
Go ahead.
Keep your camera on.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Tell me, how many... Now I'm going to ask you, in witr prayer, how many units is it?
Which prayer are you asking about? Because you're being rhetoric again.
Witr prayer.
You're not even making sense, bro. Now you're saying which prayer?
Witr prayer. WITR. Witr prayer. How many units?
What prayer are you even talking about? What is that?
So you see, guys, that's why we catch these people red-handed. I don't know why these guys have to lie. Why? Why do you have to lie? They have to make it look bad for you. Okay, look, I'm going to bring you again. I'm going to give you one more chance, Josh Mo. Now, let me ask you a question.
I mean, you could clown on me all day, bro. I know my conscience is clean. I'm not even using Google.
Cool,
I mean, I could literally tell you the 5 daily prayers of what they're called. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
go on,
I know.
You think you're better than me just because of your race. You think you're better than me because of your race, bro. That's, you bleed the same color as me. You bleed the same color as me, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what.
But I forgot. Maybe because I'm not from Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. I'm not. I'm below you apparently.
Do you want to talk, or you want to play the victim in the entire? Like, I mean, people are tired.
Well, go ahead, bro. Stop with these stupid, punky, fake questions. Actually, have a genuine conversation.
So stop insulting and let's talk. Actually, yeah.
You're just acting like a punk, trying to bait me with these questions. Islam.
Okay, you said you left Islam, which you know nothing about. Clearly,
okay.
You for sure was an ex-Muslim. I agree with you, but you were never an ex-Muslim. So I'm going to ask you this question, right? When you left Islam, what did you find in Christianity that wasn't in Islam?
What does that matter if you don't even believe that I was an ex-Muslim?
When somebody makes a claim, you said, I left Islam and I found X, Y, and Z in Christianity. I found peace and all of that. So tell me, what are the teachings that you found in Christianity? This is what you started with, literally. So I'm going to ask again. If you don't have a conversation, I can let you go. No problem. When I ask the question,
we can still, bro. We can have a conversation.
Islam.
That's fine.
Okay, sure. So you said you left Islam. What did you find in Christianity that was better than Islam?
Honestly, I just felt
accent.
I felt more freedom, bro. I didn't feel as judged because when I went to the masjid countless times trying to learn, the Quran and trying to learn how to pray and things of that nature, I didn't really have a helping hand when I was at the masjid that I was attending.
Yeah, can we talk about actually the religion, not what people do? There is bad and good people everywhere. We're asking the question
that's why I told you in the StreamYard comments, I told you I wanted to tell you my experience as a revert. That's why I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in that. You may have a bad experience.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, my bad for wasting your time if that's how it is then.
Yeah, my channel is full of bad experiences with Christians. I mean, this is one example. So, I mean, I don't go out and say, therefore, Christianity is false. Like, everybody can have bad and good experiences. It doesn't change anything. We're asking the question now about the religion. What is it that you found? So your answer is you haven't found anything. You were hurt by how some people dealt with you, and you emotionally felt more safe in Christianity. That's what you're telling us.
I mean, I guess if you want to label it that way, sure.
But that's what you said. Am I wrong?
No, that's what I'm saying. If you want to label it that way, fine. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Then, I mean, I think Muslims are very happy now that they are upon the truth, because we don't base our religions based on somebody hurt my feelings and I felt like a victim.
So you're telling me, though, that if actual born Muslims... No, hold on. So you're telling me that with actual born Muslims that get acquainted with people who are interested in Islam or people that are ready to become a revert, but they don't help their brothers who are brand new, knowing the religion from scratch, you think treating them like garbage is okay from your perspective and belief?
I haven't treated anybody like garbage, and I haven't seen anybody doing it.
No, I'm asking in general, not you specifically, but I'm saying if you hear this kind of stuff, you don't think that's bad? You think it's like, if the revert doesn't want to learn, if we're not going to help him out, I mean, I guess we're just going to leave at some point.
When Allah says in the Quran, when a lying, untrustworthy person comes to you with the news, verify it. So until I verify the news that actually somebody did what you said,
brother, if you think every Muslim is a good person, you're tripping out, man. Because what are you, like 28, 29 years old?
Let me finish. I said to you, if I verify the news, that doesn't mean that this cannot happen.
Hey, man, if you want to catch a plane ticket out here, let's go to the masjid together. If you want to catch a plane ticket out here as to where I was going, let's go.
Cool. Now, can I finish what I'm saying? Okay. Now, we don't base religions based on people's behavior. We had good and bad experiences. I have an entire team dealing with reverts. Go bring people who accepted Islam. One of them who accepted Islam with me, with proof, and I got them to reverts, and they had a bad experience. Go. Bring one person. I've been doing this for years. Okay? So, alhamdulillah.
Yep. You're the scholar, man. You're the scholar, bro.
I'm not a scholar, but it's not only me. There's many other brothers who are Muslims, and they all have teams, and they're all helping Muslims, and they're inviting them to Islam, bringing them closer to Allah. And alhamdulillah, people are having magnificent experiences. I mean, I know people, by the people who do da'wah with me, who accepted Islam on our table, and they do da'wah with us. And we're connected with them. Some of them are writing books about Islam. So I mean, you, like I said, I don't know, like you made a claim about unverified claim about like this and this and that, and one person treated you badly. Okay. And yeah, we condemn that if it's true. If it's true, Islam is very clear on being welcoming to other people. The word da'wah, which you hear a lot, people hear, da'wah means invitation, actually. If I invite people, I'm supposed to invite people with good mannerisms. I'm not supposed to invite people with evil and anger and stuff like that. It's not the purpose. Purpose is to invite people with a good attitude and good mannerisms. Allah explicitly tells us in the Quran, and do not argue with the people of the book except with that which is best. Yeah, so this is a clear command in Islam. So, except those who transgress among them, of course, except the evil people, of course, you're allowed to defend yourself. But generally, you're supposed to be welcoming, you're supposed to be good, you're supposed to help people, invite them to Islam, be good to them, be kind to them. There's nothing for you to be, proud about or whatever. Allah in the Quran spoke to the companions of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and he told them, do not say to the person who gives you salam or says, I'm a believer, that you're not a believer. This is a verse in the Quran, Allah addressing the companions, which are supposed to be the best of the people after the Prophet. He's telling them, don't behave that way with someone who says to you, I'm a believer. Don't tell him you're not a believer. And then Allah reminds them, He says, كَذَلِكَ كُنْتُم مِّن قَبْلُ. This is how you were before. You were disbelievers before and you accepted Islam. Then Allah bestowed upon you the blessing of accepting Islam. So basically, you have to be humble with everyone. Someone comes to you and says to you, I want to be a Muslim, then of course, yeah, why not? You gotta be good to them. You call, Allah says, call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good speech. That's what we believe. Now, there is bad people everywhere, in every faith, in every tradition, in every ideology. Nobody is gonna say, every Muslim is perfect. That doesn't exist. In any planet, in any religion. There's bad apples and good apples everywhere. But I wouldn't go and say I left something just because I had a bad experience with something. Like I said, I have millions is obviously exaggeration. Let's say tens, if not hundreds of bad experiences with Christians, but I still speak to them. They insult me, they curse, they do all of these things. I still talk to them. I still want good for them. I still invite them to the truth. It doesn't change anything that somebody is behaving badly or behaving negatively. Yeah, so that's my position.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm processing you.
Okay, so that's it. That's all you wanted to share your experience. Anything else?
I don't know. I guess if you were in my shoes with everything I just explained, which we don't need a recap on, what would you have done?
I would go to a good mosque. I don't know which mosque if you went to a mosque. I don't know which mosque you went to, but the question is, why? If you accepted Islam, why did you accept Islam to begin with? That should be the question. If I accepted Islam because of the truth, I'm not. Who cares if there's a bad mosque out there? I'm gonna go to a good mosque.
I get you, man.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's about it, bro. Sorry, I wasted your time.
No worries. I mean, there's nobody in the backstage right now that I see, so I don't mind. You can come and tell us about all of these situations that you talk about, and that's it. We can give you an answer. We're not afraid to respond to anything in the end. All right, Joe? Bye-bye. See you.